can save them. All units attack target immediately.
After being captured and then interrogated by the leader of their enemy, the Zentraedi, and making a daring escape, Commander Lisa Hayes, Lieutenant Rick Hunter, and the boys of Vermilion Squadron have made it back to their home aboard the super-dimensional fortress. As soon as they were able to get cleaned up, they're brought before the top military colonels, generals, and Captain Gloval himself for debriefing. The top brass looks at them dubiously in their reporting of the fleet size, strength, and capabilities of the Zentraedi they witnessed firsthand, and seem even more baffled at the idea of the giant's reaction to a kiss. Also, what is this protoculture thing that keeps coming up? It was all just a little hard to swallow for these rigid, cynical, old-fashioned bigwigs. Only Captain Gloval, who had absolutely implicit personal trust in Lisa, takes her and Rick's squadron at their words. He backs them up, explaining to his peers that everything that's been reported does indeed add up, considering all they've heretofore observed. Still, this quizzical reception was vexing for the brave pilots in particular.
I don't think they believe us.
It's probably the dishonest expression on your face, Ben.
At least Rick and company could remain good-humored about it all. As Colonel Maestroff prepares to send this report on to Earth Command, Captain Gloval belays that order and chooses this time to announce his intention to break through the enemy lines and make their final move towards Earth itself. It was time to return home. Captain Gloval intended to deliver this information to High Command personally. There was only one more order of business left before ending the meeting.
Are you saying
that is all, gentlemen? And as for you four, at least for the time being, you will be staying on board. You have earned a little rest and relaxation. You may be dismissed. Enjoy yourselves. One moment, Lisa.
Yes, Captain?
Personally, I am inclined to believe that your report is accurate. However...
Certainly. Thank you, Captain. I know that you believe in us, and I appreciate that.
I'm glad you understand.
I'd rather face the aliens again than that bunch of brass.
They're only doing their job. I'd feel the same way if I was in their place.
Sure you would, and they'd feel exactly the same in ours.
That's right. Why not look on the bright side? After all of us were promoted, weren't we? And we're going home to a big hero's welcome, so why not relax and enjoy the R&R?
You could probably relax in a dentist chair, Ben.
But Rick, Lisa, Ben, and Max aren't the only ones on board the ship who have made this journey back to it. The Three Zentraedi Spies, who micronized themselves to human size, Rico, Conda, and Braun, have infiltrated the ship and now move to infiltrate the very society of Earth that refitted this battle fortress for its own purposes. But dressed like they are, they won't get far. The rather excited trio spy a few military personnel as they move into some secret chamber and are perplexed at their talk of getting out of their uniforms. Further observation reveals they've changed their uniforms, and drastically too. But what military purpose could that possibly serve? Either way, Conda realizes their need for disguises will soon be met. The MACROSS version of this scene actually shows them breaking open several lockers before finally finding desirable and fitting uniforms. Although Braun worries why his are so very different than the other two. Moving right along, they follow the corridor to an elevator, and one can only assume it wouldn't allow them access to many parts of the ship without some kind of security clearances or cards. But one place they find that surely anyone could visit is MACROSS City. The lights, sounds, and colors, the flashiness, all of it was instantly overwhelming to the three spies. Surely this is part of the Micronians' nefarious tactical brilliance, indicative of their unpredictable strategic brilliance they've displayed in battle. In fact, Braun spots some incoming assailants who may be onto the spies.
Warriors!
Are you wounded?
No, but I think they suspect something.
The incident does draw unwanted attention at them, especially with Braun looking a bit out of place in his outfit. It's rather progressive of Braun, Rico, and Conda that they see no difference in the fact that Braun's dress doesn't seem any different from any other outfit they've so far spotted. Still, Braun complains about the draftiness of it, and this stirs laughter from the crowd, the attention causing the spies to panic and run for cover. A fella outside the public bathrooms tries to be helpful to the madam headed to the men's room, redirecting Braun. But this all goes terribly wrong for him.
In here, quick!
Just a second, madam.
Okay.
Nothing doing. Ladies' room to the right.
Boy, Micronians certainly are warlike culture.
Soon after this incident, and finding a different outfit for Braun, they find themselves crowded into a building for some kind of ceremony. This ritual appears to be in honor of heroic personnel, who the spies recognize as the very Micronians who escaped Britai's ship after they themselves interrogated them. Truly, Micronians are a crafty bunch. As for Ben, Max, Rick, and Lisa, none of them truly want to be put on the spot. But they know such things are good for the morale of the entire ship. Rick is taken aback as Minmay is announced as a special presenter. He hadn't been able to tell her he was home, and she comes out looking and acting every bit the star he knew she'd now become. The crowd falls over itself, adoring her. Minmay begins handing out bouquets to these returned heroes, and does ecstatically welcome Rick home, being coy in her familiarity with him, but still giving him a big kiss on the cheek, truly happy he's home. However, that kiss stirs a near frenzy of jealousy among her many male fans in the crowd. And just to not play favorites, Minmay plants a small kiss on the cheeks of Max and Ben as well, telling the crowd they've earned it. Minmay then sings for the audience in this special performance, and they go wild for it. The three spies are almost freaked out at the crowd's behavior, seeing it as some kind of mass hypnosis. But they just kind of go with it, admitting they sort of like how they're feeling in all of this commotion. As Minmay sings, Rick is amazed at watching her live her dream, and yet he feels like she's such a different person already. The feelings he has during this moment are complicated, with his eyes welling up with both joy for Minmay and sorrow for himself. Lisa notices and asks if he's okay, which he thanks her for, dismissing it. He continues to watch Minmay revel in the joy she brings this crowd, even though he wishes that look on her face was only for him. Even though she's supposed to be getting R&R, Lisa honestly feels most relaxed doing her duty. She could hardly wait to get back to her station. Claudia and the bridge relief crew give her a big welcome and decide to toast to her homecoming with coffee, since they're on duty. Yet coffee never tasted so good to Lisa. Sammy, Kim, and Vanessa come in early for their shift too, just to make sure they give Lisa a proper welcome. Meanwhile, Vermilion Squad, knowing how needed pilots are, attempts to go to their duty stations and don't even make it to base. Roy Fokker and the boys of Skull Squadron head them off, and as flight commander, Roy chews them out extremely harshly, nearly making them all wreck as he yells at them, threatening them with charges of insubordination if they don't go home and get some rest. It's all rather silly, and Rick knows what his big brother is up to with this overly enthusiastic performance. And he couldn't love him more for it. Ben and Max agree.
There goes a wonderful guy.
On the bridge, Vanessa informs Captain Gloval of Zentraedi fleet movements, how they're matching the SDF-1, clearly attempting to contain it. As the SDF-1 maneuvers its way closer to Earth, Azonia is content to sit back and watch, especially knowing of the spies aboard and their special operation. But it seems not all Zentraedi are privy to the fact of this spy operation happening, or at least they don't care. KHYRON the Backstabber sees the battle fortress has encroached on the Micronian homeworld and is determined to destroy it before it can reach its destination. As he makes his move, putting his fleet into attack position, Gloval sees the reaction he'd expected and orders all alert fighters to scramble. After they launch, the captain orders a full ship transformation. In the city, Rico, Conda, and Braun stand curiously alone in the now empty streets of a city that was bustling just a few minutes ago. Just as they question what a transformation is, the streets below them rumble and open. They run to find cover, but soon even the gravity gives out as the mighty vessel reconfigures all around. Every section of the ship shifting, every structure moving and reconnecting. The bridge crew administers the now well-practiced sequence until the SDF-1 completes its transformation into its monolithic battle mode. KHYRON's division of ships heads straight for the battle fortress and right into the charged shot of the SDF-1's main gun. But the Zentraedi fleet is vast, KHYRON's forces unrelenting. They press their attack as the pinpoint barrier defends the SDF-1 while it continues to fire its main gun again and again. Azonia sees the idiotic insubordination of KHYRON as he breaks her standing order of not harassing the battle fortress. Knowing she can't allow him to destroy the ship, she repositions her own fleet between KHYRON's division and the battle fortress, understanding it will open a hole in their position for the Micronian vessel to reach Earth. But it can't be helped. What's the harm in it reaching its insignificant little world anyway? Azonia calls KHYRON on the comm to chew him out and show how serious she is about his obedience to her command by aiming the guns of her ships at KHYRON's. Frustrated, he has no choice but to allow the battle fortress to escape as he curses Azonia's name, robbed by her of his victory. The SDF-1 hovers above the Earth in close orbit, preparing re-entry, but at a dangerous velocity due to their battle escaping the Zentraedi fleet. Yet Captain Gloval orders them to press on, putting his faith in his crew and the mighty ship itself to hold together. Down and down the SDF-1 travels, letting gravity do its work, using the barrier system to protect the carriers at its arms, since they most certainly were not built to handle re-entry. Some internal sections of the ship buckle under the stress of their descent, with the ship's gravity control becoming erratic. Gloval notes calmly that it's going to be quite a splashdown. Slowing the ship as much as possible, it isn't long until the gargantuan vessel hits the Pacific Ocean hard enough to sink fully beneath it as water envelops it. And for a brief moment, one wonders if it even survived this aquatic impact. However, the mighty pylons of the main gun surface first, as the SDF-1 triumphantly rises from the depths as she and the Prometheus and Daedalus carriers rest afloat waist-high in the deep blue waters of Mother Earth. She gleams and glistens in the sunlight of the beautiful cloudy sky, and on the bridge, the eyes of the crew glisten in heartfelt tears of joy after finally arriving home, and Captain Gloval celebrates in his own small way.
What do you think? He'd make a pretty good acrobat, huh?
Yeah, I suppose he probably would, but look at that blue sky, Max. Tell me he's wrong.
Hey, they're giving us a fighter welcome! Oh, yeah!
Somehow, the brave crew of the SDF-1 have done the impossible and returned to Earth from the very outskirts of the solar system while surviving a consistent onslaught by their giant alien pursuers. The crew and the citizens of MACROSS City enjoy a small reprieve in the loving embrace of their homeworld for now. But the new trials and tribulations they must soon face will truly test them all.